Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart!
Nims, what on earth can be said that hasn't been said about this man? One of the greatest wrestling stars of all time. 5-time WWE champion, former Intercontinental champion, former tag team champion, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Legendary battles with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, the British Bulldog, the founder of the Hart Foundation. As you said, a 5-time WWE champion, a WWE Hall of Famer. And when they say he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, there is no hyperbole. We've got to stand and respect Bret the Hitman Hart and thank him for putting together Australian Stampede.
Hello, Ballarat. I just want to say what a beautiful feeling it is to get back here in Australia. And I just want you to know I can feel a real presence here, and it's really meaningful for me to represent my family and my father, my brother Owen, and be here all the way down here in Australia with Chris Masters defending the Stu Hart belt from Dungeon Wrestling, and it's just a big honor for me. I've had a lot of honors and a lot of great things in my career, but I just want everybody here to know that this is a really meaningful moment in my career, and thank all of you for coming tonight, and you know, I'm really looking forward to this match, and it's going to be really important for me to be a witness to it. I know that Chris Masters has been a great champion for Dungeon Wrestling for the past while, but it's going to be an interesting match. And Mike Rallis is definitely a very good contender, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to delay anymore. It's going to be a great match, and thank you for having me. And God bless Australia. And God bless Ballarat. Thank you.
Bret Hart, one of the most influential figures in wrestling, a hero to generations of wrestlers and fans alike. What an absolute honor to have him here at Selkirk Stadium as part of StarCast Weekend and OPW.
And we thank Visit Victoria for bringing the Hitman down under, and we thank Bret Hart for presenting Australian Stampede as part of StarCast Down Under.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Stu Hart Heritage Championship. Introducing first,
Mike Rallis making his first appearance outside of the WWE and going straight to the top, looking to capture the Stu Hart Heritage Championship.
Mike Rallis in tremendous condition as always. We've mentioned this guy absolutely carved out of stone. An absolute beast is Mike Rallis. He's got ambitions as a rider. He's got ambitions to be a champion tonight.
Look at the tremendous shape he's in. It looks to me, I wonder if there's going to be any ring rust, because it's been a while since he's an active competitor.
He's definitely been keeping fit though. He's been keeping physical. He's going to need that to match strength and power against one of the strongest wrestlers in Chris Adonis, the masterpiece.
and his opponent.
Oh, here we see him making his way onto the stage with that Stu Hart Heritage Championship. Here's the masterpiece, looking as good as ever. A veteran for almost 20 years, Nims.
One of the founding fathers of the Ruthless Aggression era in the WWE, along with Shelton Benjamin, John Cena, Randy Orton and the like. He's currently held that Heritage Championship for 169 days. Just look at this phenomenal specimen of a human.
Still looking amazing is Chris Masters.
Look at him.
Getting a great reaction here from the fans. Selkirk Stadium in Ballarat. Chris Masters. He's been out and about, meeting fans, going to the zoo. Chris Masters really relishing his time here thanks to Visit Victoria in Ballarat. But tonight it's about business. It's about that Stu Hart Heritage Championship that he holds with so much pride. Bret Hart, a hero to the masterpiece. He knows how much this title means to the Hart family. To defend it at a Stampede event, the Australian Stampede, this means everything to the masterpiece.
And what about what it could do for Mike Rollins if he could capture this title? It could show everyone that he's not just a flash in the pan. But straight out of WWE, the first thing he does is capture gold.
Introducing first, the challenger. Hailing from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and weighing in at 252 pounds, this is Mike Rallis!
Look at him.
And introducing now, the champion. Hailing from Los Angeles, California, and weighing in at 260 pounds. He is your Stu Hart Heritage Champion, the Masterpiece, Chris Masters!
Chris Masters, the 20-year veteran of this sport. The master of the devastating submission move known as the Master Lock.
And we see Edwin Lay holding up the gold, the Stu Hart Heritage Championship, with Bret Hart watching at ringside.
Right now, Chris Masters has the advantage because he has been a fighting champion. As I said, he's held that belt for more than 150 days. Both men sizing each other up.
One of Australia's best referees in the ring, Edwin Lay, saying, ring the bell, let's do this.
Simon, this is going to be quite a difficult outing for Mike Rallis. As I mentioned, this is his first outing since he left the WWE. Chris Masters has been traveling the world defending that title with pride.
And listen to the crowd here in Ballarat. They know how important this is. One of the most prestigious titles in wrestling up for grabs here with Bret Hart watching on. Chris Masters kicking things off with a side headlock, taking control on Mike Rallis.
Rallis, though, powers Chris Masters back into the ropes. He's got to break the count, which he does. When he puts a headlock of his own on and drags him to the middle of the ring. Great presence by Mike Rallis.
Both men evenly matched, I would say, in terms of power. Who's got the speed advantage? Who's got the technique advantage? That may be the separator.
It does look like they are very evenly matched, but if we did a tail of the tape comparison, Mike Rallis has very little experience professionally compared to a veteran like Chris Masters.
Look, you're right there, Chris Masters. He's traveled the world for a really long time. He's held gold in multiple locations, including now.
The thing is, though, Chris Masters, in all of his travels, hasn't come up against someone like Mike Rallis. We saw Mike Rallis put him on his backside, if you know what I mean.
You're right, Nims. Normally he's in control. He uses the power game, but here he's got Mike Rallis, who just knocked him down this early, showing that he can go toe-to-toe when it comes to strength with the masterpiece.
And Rallis is in control, which is not a sentence that I thought I would be saying up against the veteran.
he might have that shock factor. It's harder to scout against a competitor like Mike Rallis, who has taken a break. He left WWE, his first match back now. Not a lot of tape recently. He could add some new tricks to his game. Chris Masters, though, doing the right thing, keeping it simple so far.
Rallis with a shoulder charge knocks... Chris Masters with a shoulder charge knocks Rallis off his feet. And Rallis, he looks surprised that... Because I'm guessing... There's not a lot of people that could put him on his backside.
Yeah, Rallis shouldn't be too surprised, though. This is Chris Masters, a man known for his power, of course. That master lock submission, the full Nelson. When he locks it in, it's been lights out for pretty much every competitor for 2 decades.
We've got a 20-year vet, as you just mentioned. He's been in the ring against guys like Shawn Michaels, John Cena, The Big Show, Kane. But Mike Rallis himself is also quite an accomplished athlete. He's the 2022 winner of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And you see that quickness from Rallis as well. Chris Masters is actually looking quite surprised. I think that he might have underestimated Rallis.
Rallis is one of those guys, you see him on TV, of course he looks in good shape, but until you're up close, you don't realize how big he really is. We're seeing them in the ring right now. Does Rallis have a slight strength advantage, a slight size advantage?
Rallis also has the youth advantage. Masters has got 20 years of travel, 20 years of bumps and bruises. And he's got 20 years of experience as we see him introduce Mike Rallis to that turnbuckle.
Oh.
A flurry of punches and a big chop as an exclamation point.
Jabs into the chops from Chris Masters. And again, he's not rushing, taking his time with Rallis, staying in control, doesn't want to make any mistakes.
Masters tries to Irish whip him into the corner, but Rallis reverses.
Chris Masters up top, big shoulder block. And again, over the years, oh, Chris Masters going for the cover. Masters has added to that extensive game plan. He's got new tricks. He can go off the top rope when he needs to. Oh, thinking master lock.
Chris Masters has got to look. This is it. Oh, look at that. Rallis, good ring presence from Mike Rallis.
Doing the right thing, going for the ropes, and let's face it, trying to get a full Nelson, the master lock, and a guy like Rallis. Look at his traps, look at his lats. How are you even going to hook him? Oh, Rallis charging off the rope. What a clothesline.
We are seeing Chris Masters flat on his back. Have a look at the power of Rallis. Bam!
Oh, almost knocked Masters out of his boots there.
But Rallis has got to capitalize. You can't just get Chris Masters off his feet and not try and strike, which is exactly what he does.
Doing the right thing, just staying on top of the masterpiece. Mike Rallis showing that vicious streak right now. Just some ground and pound.
Rallis can't get too ahead of himself. He's feeling the adrenaline. He can almost feel that Heritage Championship around his waist, but he can't get too ahead of himself.
What a moment for Mike Rallis, though, to come to Ballarat, his first match since leaving the WWE. He's taking on a legend like Chris Masters for the Stu Hart Heritage Championship right in front of the Hitman himself.
And a spear into the corner from Mike Rallis. As we see Bret Hart watching on at the proceedings.
The legend, the Hitman, looking on.
Having Bret Hart watch your match would be like having Martin Scorsese sit there and watch your home films. The power of Mike Rallis with a fall-away slam.
Shades of Scott Hall there. Rallis going for the pin.
And Chris Masters kicks out. Mike Rallis back to his feet. Look at the quickness of Rallis for a guy that big.
Rallis is a hell of an athlete. He played football before signing with the WWE. He's got the speed, he's got the power.
Scouted by the legendary Jim Ross as well.
That's right, good old JR seeing something in this amazing athlete in Mike Rallis. And Mike Rallis.
Chris Masters not seeing anything in this athlete as he pokes him in the eyes. And I was afraid this would happen. Rollins looking for some dirty tactics here.
But again, Rallis is doing the right thing. Look at what's up for grabs. That Stu Hart Heritage Championship, a title in memorial of one of the greatest pro wrestlers of all time, Stu Hart, the patriarch of the Hart family. You've got Bret watching on. Do whatever it takes. Go home with that championship.
more importantly, like you said, Bret Hart is watching it. Bret Hart is, he is the one that's critiquing everything here.
Bret Hart looking on. He spoke so highly of Chris Masters, being a great champion, representing the Hart family so well. But we could be seeing a new champ walk out with that belt here at Bret Hart's Australian Stampede.
Chris Masters is with a look of disbelief. I haven't seen him look out of sorts like this ever in over 20 years.
Oh, Mike Rallis just taunting the Hitman there.
Mike Rallis is a bad man. He's a fantastic wrestler, but he's a questionable human being, I can tell you that.
If Rallis had any doubt,
is he going for the sharpshooter? Insult to injury.
Oh, Bret Hart. Bret's admiring the technique so far. You gotta love it, the sharpshooter.
Locks in the sharpshooter with Bret Hart watching. Bret Hart, a cheeky smile there.
Oh, I think he can respect that.
Bret's won world championships with that move in all of the major companies, WWE, WCW, and Chris Masters is doing his best to try and make it to the ropes.
Chris Masters may be excellently executed here tonight, thanks to Mike Rallis and that sharpshooter.
And Rollins has to let go of the hold. Referee Edwin Lay. Terrific refereeing from Edwin Lay. Rollins.
Tell you what, if Rallis had any doubt, as he is proving them wrong tonight. What a performance so far from this big, powerful man.
And look at the emotion from Rallis as well.
Oh, no. Rallis talking trash again to the Hitman.
How dare he? That man's a living legend. Rallis, the stuff that Bret Hart has done in his career on one finger completely outweighs everything that Rallis has done. How dare you?
You know what? Sometimes you've got to have that attitude. You got to be audacious. You got to say, you know what, Hitman? I don't care if you're here watching me live. Yeah, I guess you got to say, I'm going to win, and I'm going to rub it in your face.
Rallis could not lace up the boots of the Hitman. The fact that he did a sharpshooter in front of Bret Hart. Oh!
Great reverse atomic drop from the Masterpiece, fighting back.
As Rallis is light on his feet as Chris Masters looks to rally. Rallis with a reversal.
Big shoulder block from Masters.
And Masters turns him inside out, sets him up. Russian leg sweep. Goes for the cover.
Of course, that side Russian leg sweep, one of the signature moves of the Hitman as well. He's got to appreciate the technique of Masters there on that one.
You can hear the crowd. They are calling for the master lock, the submission move that has put away so many opponents. Big bionic elbow to the head of Mike Rallis from Chris Masters.
Oh, Rallis able to reverse the Irish whip. Thinking neck breaker. Oh, just planting the Masterpiece, going for the cover.
We could have had a new champion. Rallis just can't believe it.
The Hitman looking on proudly at these two competitors competing for the Stu Hart Heritage Championship here at the Australian Stampede. Doing that title proud tonight so far.
And there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that belt. You're representing Dungeon Wrestling, no matter where it goes around the world.
It represents so much, the hard-hitting style, the technique, the respect from the Hart family. Oh, Rallis going for it again.
For another neck breaker as...
Oh, Masters thinking backslide, center of the ring. To retain.
Rallis powers out of that.
Great spine buster from the Masterpiece, again going for the cover.
Oh, just a 2 count.
Masters almost walking home with that title again, retaining the Stu Hart Heritage Championship.
This is where we see where these two are both evenly matched. They've got the same strength. They've got the same ability when it comes to speed. But Chris Masters does have that experience and the edge as he calls for the master lock.
We've seen him put away people for decades with this maneuver. Got it half in.
Rallis is trying to fight it. Rallis is trying to fight it with some elbows to the head of Chris Masters. He does not want the master lock locked in.
Beautiful slam from Rallis, center of the ring, new champ.
Oh, a kick out by the barest of margins from Chris Masters.
Don't get carried away, Rallis.
Oh.
Stay on him. That is...
Mike Rallis with some huge disrespect to our referee Edwin Lay, just spitting in his face. talking absolute smack to Chris Masters, telling him to stay down. He's getting carried away. He's letting his emotions get away from him.
And again, the moment may be getting too big for him.
Is it desperation?
Letting the crowd get to him. Stay on him, Rallis.
Mike Rallis is unhinged. He wants that belt around his waist. He wants his first championship opportunity outside of the WWE to be one that's fruitful for him.
Oh, he's got the veteran rock. Masters rocked on his feet. Rallis with a head of steam. Oh, he caught him!
The Master Lock is locked in. It's locked in. He's in the center of the ring. Mike Rallis is going to have to tap out. Mike Rallis is fading. Mike Rallis is fading.
Oh, we're in the middle of the ring. Edwin Lay checking on Rallis.
And he's tapped. Mike Rallis is tapped.
Here is your winner, and still Stu Hart Heritage Champion, the Masterpiece, Chris Masters.
Picture perfect execution of the Master Lock, and Rallis had nowhere to go. Smack bang in the middle of the ring. He only had one thing to do, and that was tap.
I'll tell you what, Nims, Mike Rallis made a fan out of me. Both men doing the Hitman and the Hart family proud here at Bret Hart's Australian Stampede. Chris Masters, though, the better man on this night. And we see the Hitman entering the ring to present that championship back to the reigning Stu Hart Heritage Champ, the Masterpiece, Chris Masters.
What a tremendous effort from Chris Masters, showing why he's a fighting champion. But I can tell you, there is definitely no... You've got to be pleased if you were Mike Rallis. He put on a hell of a fight. No shame at all for Rallis. He was just beaten by the better man on the day.
The better man tonight, Chris Masters. You see him in the ring with the legend. The show's